Hello. Welcome to a special edition of Joyful Gems with Audrey Joy. Over 2 years ago, I found a short story I had written quite a while back when I was processing my own dysfunctional menstrual cycles. I've always really resonated and related to the woman with the blood issue, and that little short story was about that. Shortly after I found that, I was sitting in an ACFW, that's the American Christian Fiction Writers Organization. I'm a part of that. I've learned so much about writing from them. But I was sitting in a weekend conference, and we were kind of mapping out a fiction story that we might write. And I thought, I think I'd like to write that story. I really wanted to write fiction, but I needed to learn how to write fiction. So I started 2 years ago, and I first developed the backstory and got to know the characters and gave them personality types and all of the things that one does when developing a story. And then I think maybe I wrote about the first chapter. Another year or so went by. I didn't have much time to work on it. January and February, things were often slow with my business, so I wrote another couple chapters. Same thing happened. I set it aside until this year. This year I finished it. I gave myself a deadline because on March 1st there was a contest, and that was the deadline. American Christian Fiction Writers hosts a Genesis contest every year in different categories. It can be novella, historical fiction, several different categories. If you're an unpublished author in fiction, well, that's me. And so I decided I'm going to submit this to the Genesis Awards. I want the feedback. I thought I'd send it out to all of you who follow me as a thank you. When new subscribers come in to Joyful Gems, they would get it automatically. And really, I just wanted to learn how to write fiction. So that it was my first stab at it. Other than little short stories, I've never written fiction before. So that's how that story came to be, that novella. I can't say the title, and you'll find out why here in a moment. But the first three chapters, if you've read it, and I know a few of you have and enjoyed it, the first three chapters, in the words of one of my good friends, well, they kind of sucked. And they kind of sucked because I wrote them way before I had learned what I've learned today and how to write. I definitely think I've improved because I'm sitting in the school of ACFW. Well, I am so excited to announce that I am a semi-finalist in the Genesis Award in the novella category. There are 7 of us. And the next step will be they will say who the finalists are. Should I make that, then I will go to the award ceremony in September. So I'm pretty excited about this. And apparently for my other fellow ACFWers, it's kind of a big deal. My husband asked, "Is this nationwide?" And I said yes. And his eyes got kind of big and he went, "Wow." Well, that's how I feel. Wow. I feel like it's kind of an atta-girl from God, from stepping out and taking this risk and doing what I feel he's called me to do, to write books that point to him. So it's, a little pat on the back. So I just wanted you all to know, so that I'll keep you updated. We'll see what happens. I don't know when the finalists are announced. I imagine it's in a month or so. But instead of the usual sign-off, I'm going to ask you to share the Joyful Gems, this one, maybe others, with people that you know. I'm really hoping to grow my following with Joyful Gems. And so if people log into my website, they immediately have the opportunity to follow Joyful Gems. And that link to my website is in the email that you got with this Joyful Gem. So until next time, be joyful.